Hey friends! Tonight, we gather in this quiet space, inviting a deep sense of peace to settle around and within us. Imagine the day's demands softening, like colors fading from the sky at dusk, leaving behind only a gentle, luminous glow. We're here to welcome divine comfort, allowing it to be woven into the very fabric of your sleep, into the quiet moments before you drift off, and into the silent hours of the night. This is a time for release, for softening, for simply being held in a space of profound peace. Remember that stillness? The kind you feel when the world outside grows quiet and the only sounds are the gentle rhythms of your own breath and heartbeat? That stillness is waiting for you now. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely feel a connection to what I share here. I also invite you to share your location and the local time in the comments. It's a gentle way to feel connected across the miles under the same watchful sky. Now, dim the lights, perhaps wrap yourself in a cozy blanket, and let's ease into tonight's gentle reflection together. As the energy of the day begins its natural descent, you find yourself invited into a different rhythm. The outer world, with its calls and its speed, starts to recede, and an inner landscape begins to reveal itself. This is a landscape often overlooked during the busy hours, a place of quiet valleys and still pools, of ancient, silent trees whose roots go deep into the earth. You are entering this space now, simply by allowing your awareness to turn inward, by noticing the slowing down that naturally occurs as evening unfolds. There is a profound spiritual theme woven into this simple act of transition. The theme of embracing the evening stillness. It's more than just the absence of noise, it's an active surrender to the present moment, a willingness to let go of the momentum that carried you through the hours of light. You are not required to solve, to strive, or to push any longer. The day's work is done, and this period of rest is a sacred pause, a necessary recalibration. Imagine for a moment a serene lake at dusk. The surface, perhaps choppy with the wind of the day, begins to calm. Ripples smooth out, becoming gentle undulations, and eventually the surface becomes a perfect mirror, reflecting the colors of the fading sky and the first hesitant stars. This image is a powerful symbol of your own being right now. The surface thoughts, the busy plans, the lingering frustrations, these are the ripples. By choosing to embrace the stillness, you are allowing your mind and spirit to become like that calm lake, reflecting the quiet beauty of the moment and the deeper peace that lies beneath the surface. This stillness is not empty. It is full. It is filled with the potential for rest, for healing, and for connecting with the subtle energies that are always present, but often drowned out by the noise of daily life. To embrace this stillness fully requires a gentle willingness to simply stop, to stop pushing, to stop planning for the next hour or the next day, to stop rehashing the conversations or events that unfolded. It's about giving yourself permission to simply be in this moment, exactly as you are, without agenda or expectation. This is a profound act of self-compassion and trust. It's trusting that the world will continue to turn without your constant effort, that you are held and supported even when you are not actively doing. Perhaps we might consider whether this stillness is not just a prelude to sleep, but a form of communion in itself. A moment where the veils between the seen and the unseen world become thinner, where the constant mental chatter ceases long enough for you to perceive the gentle hum of existence, the quiet presence that permeates all things. In this quiet space, you are not alone. You are part of a vast, intricate, and peaceful cosmic dance. Allowing yourself to settle into this rhythm is like finding your natural place within that dance, a place of ease and flow rather than resistance. It's about aligning your internal state with the natural, quiet energy of the evening. This alignment is the first step in weaving divine comfort into the fabric of your sleep. It prepares the ground, calming the soil of your being so that the seeds of peace can take root and flourish throughout the night. Allow this stillness to deepen with each breath. Inhale peace, exhale the day. Inhale calm, exhale tension. You are settling, you are releasing, You are simply being in this gentle, unfolding moment of twilight grace.
Building upon that foundation of stillness, you begin to sense something more. It's not a tangible presence you can see or touch with your physical hands, but a knowing, a feeling that you are not isolated in this quiet space. This is the theme of sensing the unseen presence, the gentle, loving awareness that is always with you, particularly available in moments of surrender and quietude. Imagine a soft light filling the room, not harsh or intrusive, but a warm, ambient glow that emanates from everywhere and nowhere all at once. It touches everything with tenderness, the air you breathe, the surface you rest upon, the very core of your being. This image represents the gentle, pervasive energy of the divine, surrounding you like a protective, comforting aura. In the hustle of the day, this presence can feel distant, obscured by the noise and demands of tasks and interactions. But as the world outside falls silent and your own internal dialogue softens, the subtle reality of this unseen presence becomes more palpable. It's like trying to hear a soft melody in a noisy room versus hearing it in a quiet hall. The melody was always there, but the environment had to change for you to perceive its delicate notes. Your shift into stillness is creating that quiet hall within yourself. This presence doesn't demand anything of you, it simply is. It is a presence of unconditional love, acceptance, and peace. It doesn't judge your day, your thoughts, or your feelings. It simply holds space for you, offering a quiet strength that undergirds your very existence. Think of it as an anchor in turbulent waters, not pulling you rigidly, but offering a steady point of connection that prevents you from being swept away. In this quiet evening hour, you are invited to feel that anchor, to sense that unwavering support beneath you. Perhaps we might consider whether the feeling of being alone is ever truly the reality, or if it is merely a perception born of distraction and disconnection from this ever-present reality. When you peel back the layers of doing and striving, when you allow yourself to simply rest in the quietude of the moment, you expose the underlying truth of your connection to this vast, loving awareness. It's like discovering that the air you breathe is not empty space, but filled with life-giving energy. The unseen presence is like that life-giving energy for your spirit. Allow yourself to breathe it in. Imagine inhaling that soft, warm light, feeling it permeate every cell, every thought, every corner of your being. Let it fill the spaces where tension might linger, the areas where worries might try to hide. This divine comfort is not something you have to earn or strive for. It is freely given, always available. Your only task is to become aware of it, to open yourself to receive it. It is like sunlight. It shines whether you are indoors or out, but you must step into its path to feel its warmth. In this moment, you are stepping into the path of divine light, allowing its warmth to soothe and comfort you. This feeling of being held is fundamental to deep rest. When you feel safe and supported, your nervous system can relax. When you feel loved and accepted, your mind can let go of its defenses. The unseen presence offers this ultimate safety and acceptance. It is the divine heart beating in rhythm with your own, a silent promise of peace that flows into the very fabric of your being, preparing you not just for sleep, but for a profound sense of comfort that can accompany you even through the deepest parts of the night. Feel this presence now, a gentle hand resting metaphorically upon your shoulder, a quiet whisper in the stillness of your soul, assuring you that you are cherished, you are safe, and you are never, ever alone.
Having settled into the stillness and begun to sense the surrounding presence, the next gentle invitation is to address the burdens of the day. We carry so much with us, like pebbles gathered throughout the hours, moments of stress, incomplete tasks, unresolved conversations, lingering anxieties. This section is dedicated to the theme of letting go of the day's threads, consciously releasing these burdens before they become tangled in the delicate weave of your sleep. Imagine yourself standing beside a quiet, slow-moving stream at dusk. The water is calm, reflecting the last remnants of light, and its surface is smooth and unhurried. Now visualize those burdens, those threads of the day's doings, as small, tangible objects you are holding. Perhaps they are jagged stones of frustration, tangled cords of unresolved issues, or wispy, dark clouds of worry. Acknowledge them without judgment. There is no need to analyze them, to solve them, or to wish they hadn't occurred. Simply recognize that you are holding them. The stream flows gently beside you, its quiet surface a place of gentle surrender. One by one, or perhaps in small handfuls, you release these objects into the stream. Watch as the frustration, the worry, the unfinished tasks land softly on the water's surface. See them being carried away by the gentle current, moving downstream, out of your immediate grasp, disappearing around the bend. This image of clouds drifting away or leaves floating downstream is a powerful symbol of release. It highlights that you don't need to expend energy making things go away. You simply need to allow them to be carried by a larger force. In this context, that larger force is the flow of life itself, guided by the unseen presence you just connected with. It is the divine energy of surrender and trust. By releasing these threads, you are not ignoring them or pretending they didn't happen. You are simply acknowledging that their time for active engagement has passed for today. The night is not the time for solving problems or wrestling with anxieties. It is a time for restoration, and restoration requires a letting go of that which weighs you down. Perhaps we might consider whether the act of holding on to these threads is truly serving us, or if it is merely a habit born of a world that constantly demands our attention and effort. What if it is safe to simply let go, trusting that what needs attention tomorrow will still be there, and what is beyond your control was never yours to carry anyway? This contemplative question invites you to challenge the ingrained need to cling, to hold, to worry. It suggests that a different way is possible, a way of ease and trust. Allow the image of the stream to deepen. Feel the coolness of the air. Hear the gentle murmur of the water as it carries the threads away. With each item you release, feel a corresponding lightening within your chest, your shoulders, your mind. Breathe deeply, allowing the exhale to be a physical manifestation of this release. You are shedding the weight of the day, preparing your spirit and your body for the lightness of rest. This isn't denial, it's discernment. It's choosing to engage with the appropriate energy for the appropriate time. Day energy is for doing. Night energy is for being, for receiving, for resting. As you release the last of these threads, watch the stream carry them away until they are out of sight. The surface of the water is now clear, reflecting the calm evening sky. Your internal landscape mirrors this clarity. You have created space. You have lightened your load. This act of conscious release, of letting go of the day's threads, is essential for allowing divine comfort to weave itself into the fabric of your sleep. It is a necessary prelude to deep peace, clearing the way for a more profound sense of being held and supported throughout the quiet hours. Feel the lightness now, the freedom that comes from unclenching your physical and mental grip on the day's events. You are ready to enter a different state of being. With the day's burdens gently surrendered to the stream, you now step into a space where rest itself is seen in a new light. This section explores the profound spiritual theme of viewing rest as sacred ground. Sleep is not merely an interruption of your waking life or a void between days. It is a vital, holy state of being, a gift offered to you by the divine rhythm of existence. Imagine your bed, or the space where you prepare for sleep, transforming into a quiet, sacred grove. The air feels different here, hushed and reverent. Ancient trees, sturdy and wise, stand silently, their branches reaching up towards the night sky. The ground beneath you is soft and yielding, a place of deep nourishment. In many traditions and throughout nature, cycles of activity are balanced by cycles of rest and renewal. The earth rests in winter, plants rest at night, animals have periods of dormancy. This rhythm is inherent in the very fabric of creation, and you, as a part of this creation, are invited to honor this natural pattern. By viewing rest as sacred ground, you elevate it from a mere biological necessity to a spiritual practice. It becomes an opportunity to reconnect with the source of your being, to allow the divine energy to work its quiet magic of restoration. In this sacred grove of rest, you are not passive, you are receptive. You are actively receiving the gifts that this time offers: healing for the body, clarity for the mind, rejuvenation for the spirit. It is a time when the conscious striving of the ego can soften, allowing the deeper wisdom of your soul and the gentle presence of the divine to take precedence. It is in this state of receptive stillness that profound shifts can occur, insights can surface, and healing can deepen. The image of the sacred grove emphasizes the protected, nurtured quality of this space. You are safe here, held within the embrace of this holy ground. Perhaps we might consider whether our modern world's tendency to glorify busyness and productivity has caused us to undervalue the spiritual significance of rest, seeing it only through a lens of utility rather than sanctity. What if by honoring rest as sacred, we could unlock deeper levels of peace, creativity, and well-being than we currently imagine? This question challenges the cultural narrative that often pushes us towards constant activity. It suggests that intentional rest is not a luxury or a sign of weakness, but a powerful practice that connects us more deeply to ourselves and the divine flow of life. Allow yourself to sink deeper into this image of the sacred grove. Feel the ancient wisdom held by the trees, the deep peace emanating from the earth beneath you. Know that this space of rest is consecrated, set apart for your well-being. As you prepare for sleep, you are not just lying down, you are entering sacred ground. You are stepping into a temple of tranquility, a sanctuary where your spirit can breathe, your body can repair, and your mind can find respite. This perspective shifts the entire experience of sleep, imbuing it with meaning and purpose beyond simply recovering from fatigue. It becomes an active participation in the divine rhythm of creation, a conscious choice to receive the grace of stillness and renewal. This understanding of rest as sacred ground is another vital thread in the fabric of divine comfort you are weaving tonight, a thread that grounds your peace in something deep and holy.
Having established rest as sacred ground, your attention gently turns inward to a more intimate form of connection, listening to the quiet language of your body. Your body is a magnificent instrument, constantly communicating with you, offering subtle cues about its needs, its state of being, and its inherent wisdom. In the stillness of the evening, away from the distractions that often drown out these signals, you have the opportunity to tune in more deeply. This section centers on the theme of honoring your physical form's call for rest, seeing it as a divine message in itself. Imagine your body as a beautiful, complex landscape, perhaps rolling hills and hidden valleys, winding rivers and sturdy mountains. Just as you learn to release the external threads of the day, now you are invited to release the internal tension the day might have left behind. Feel your body from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Are there places holding tightness? Are your shoulders tense? Is your jaw clenched? Is there a knot in your stomach?
These are not just physical sensations. They're your body speaking its quiet language, communicating its need for release, for softening, for rest. This language is often nonverbal, expressed through feeling and sensation rather than words. Honoring this language is an act of profound self-love and respect for the vessel that carries your spirit through this life. It is also an act of humility, acknowledging that your physical form has its own wisdom independent of your conscious mind's plans or desires. When your body signals fatigue, pain, or tension, it is not a weakness to be ignored or pushed through. It is a sacred message, a plea for attention and care. In the context of divine comfort, listening to your body is listening to one of the ways the divine speaks to you, through the intricate design and delicate balance of your physical self. Perhaps we might consider whether our tendency to override our body's signals is a form of disconnection, not only from ourselves, but from the divine energy that animates our physical form. What wisdom might we unlock? What deeper peace might we find by truly listening to and honoring our body's quiet call for rest and care? This contemplative question probes the ingrained habit of pushing through fatigue and ignoring physical discomfort. It suggests that a more intuitive, body-centered way of living might be more aligned with well-being and spiritual connection. Allow your awareness to move gently through your body now, like a soft breeze flowing over that landscape. Notice each area without judgment. Simply acknowledge what you feel. And then, with intention, invite that area to soften, to release. If your shoulders are tight, whisper to them, "It is safe to relax now." If your jaw is clenched, gently encourage it to loosen. If there is discomfort, send soft, warm breath to that place, offering comfort and ease. This gentle dialogue with your body is a powerful practice of presence and acceptance. You are not battling your body. You are partnering with it, honoring its natural rhythms and needs. As you continue to journey inward, releasing the day's burdens and listening to your body's wisdom, you discover the potential to cultivate a space within yourself that remains untouched by external chaos. This leads us to the theme of finding your inner sanctuary. This isn't a physical place you must go to, but a state of being, a refuge built not of stone and mortar, but of peace, stillness, and the awareness of the divine presence within. Imagine this sanctuary as a quiet garden nestled deep within your heart. It is always accessible, always peaceful, a place where you can retreat whenever you need solace and stillness. This inner garden is lush with calm, its paths lined with soft moss, its air filled with the gentle scent of tranquility. There might be a small, still pond reflecting the peaceful sky, or a sturdy old tree offering comforting shade. This is your personal space of profound quiet, where the noise of the world fades and the gentle whisper of your own soul and the divine presence can be heard clearly. Cultivating this sanctuary is an active practice. It requires consciously turning your attention inward, away from the external demands and stimuli, and choosing to rest in this internal space of peace. Building this sanctuary is like tending a garden. It requires mindful effort, regular attention, and a commitment to nurturing the conditions that allow peace to flourish. It might involve moments of quiet meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply setting the intention to return to this inner space whenever you feel overwhelmed. The more you visit and cultivate this garden, the more real and accessible it becomes, a constant source of refuge in the midst of life's inevitable storms. This sanctuary is where the weaving of divine comfort truly deepens, as you invite the presence you sensed earlier not just around you, but into the very core of your being. Perhaps we might consider whether the search for external peace is sometimes a distraction from the peace that is already residing within us, waiting to be uncovered and cultivated in our own inner sanctuary.
What if the greatest refuge we could ever find is not outside ourselves, but a space we build and nurture within our own hearts? This contemplative question encourages a shift in perspective, suggesting that the source of lasting peace is not dependent on external circumstances, but is an internal resource. It empowers you to realize that you hold the key to your own tranquility. As you settle deeper into the evening stillness, consciously step into this inner garden within your heart. See its beauty, feel its peace. Breathe in the quiet air of this sacred internal space. Know that this sanctuary is always with you, a constant point of stillness in a moving world. You can return here anytime, any day, in any circumstance, simply by closing your eyes and turning your attention inward. This is where you connect most intimately with the divine comfort. It is not a distant force, but an energy that is woven into the very fabric of your inner being, residing in this sanctuary you are now inhabiting. Feel the deep peace of this place permeate your entire being. Allow it to expand from your heart, filling your chest, your limbs, your head, until your entire physical form feels infused with the calm and tranquility of your inner garden. This cultivated inner peace is a crucial element in allowing divine comfort to cradle you throughout the night.
Having found your inner sanctuary and connected with the deep peace within, you now turn your attention to a feeling that transcends mere internal quietude, the feeling of being wrapped in divine assurance. This isn't just about finding peace within yourself, but experiencing the tangible sense of being enveloped, held, and protected by a loving, benevolent force. This is the theme of feeling God's unconditional love as a protective presence, like being wrapped in a soft, warm blanket specifically woven for you from threads of comfort and grace. Imagine this blanket now. It is incredibly soft against your skin, perfectly weighted to feel secure but not heavy, and imbued with a warmth that penetrates deep into your bones. This is the blanket of divine assurance. It is always available, always ready to be drawn around you. It speaks of safety, of belonging, of being utterly accepted exactly as you are. There are no conditions on this love, no hoops to jump through to be worthy of this embrace. It is freely given, a constant, gentle presence that surrounds you like the air you breathe, but with a warmth and texture that feels profoundly personal. When you draw this blanket around you, you are not hiding from the world, but finding strength in being held. You are acknowledging that you are not facing life's challenges alone, that there is a vast, loving intelligence that cradles you. This feeling of being wrapped in divine assurance is particularly comforting as you prepare for sleep. It soothes the anxieties that can surface in the quiet hours, the fears that can feel larger in the dark. It reminds you that you are guarded, watched over, and deeply cared for. It allows you to surrender fully into the vulnerability of sleep, knowing that you are held in a powerful, gentle embrace. The image of the blanket emphasizes comfort, warmth, and protection. It's a tangible metaphor for an intangible reality, helping your mind grasp the concept of being completely enveloped in love. Perhaps we might consider whether our reluctance to fully receive this divine assurance stems from a belief that we are somehow unworthy, or that we must be strong and independent at all times, even in the face of universal love. What if opening ourselves to this embrace is not a sign of weakness, but the ultimate strength? The strength to be vulnerable, to trust, and to receive boundless comfort. This contemplative question delves into potential internal barriers to experiencing divine love, inviting you to explore any resistance you might have to simply being held and cherished. Allow yourself to consciously feel this blanket of divine assurance being drawn around you now. Feel its softness against your shoulders, its warmth spreading down your back and over your limbs. Imagine it tucking gently around your feet, creating a cocoon of comfort. Breathe in its warmth, exhale into its embrace. Let the feeling of being held settle deep within your bones.
Know that this blanket is woven from threads of grace, forgiveness, patience, and ending love. It is tailored perfectly to you, fitting every contour of your being, leaving no space for fear or loneliness to linger. This sense of being securely wrapped, profoundly held, is central to allowing divine comfort to weave itself completely into the fabric of your sleep, promising not just rest, but a night cradled in the arms of love itself.
With the sense of being wrapped in divine assurance, you find it easier to move into a state of profound surrender. This section focuses on the theme of trusting the night's journey, letting go of the need to control what happens while you are asleep, or even what tomorrow might bring. It's about acknowledging that there are realms and processes beyond your conscious control, and placing your trust in the natural flow of life, guided by the same divine presence that holds you. Imagine a small boat resting peacefully at anchor in a calm harbor as night falls. The sails are furled, the engines are quiet, and the boat is simply resting, secured, but allowing itself to be gently rocked by the subtle movements of the water. This image of the boat at anchor is a powerful symbol of surrendering control. You have navigated the waters of the day, perhaps facing waves and currents, but now it is time to drop anchor and rest. You don't need to actively steer or adjust the sails. The anchor holds you securely, and the natural rhythm of the water will gently cradle you. This is a metaphor for your state as you prepare for sleep. You are anchored in divine presence and comfort, and you can trust the unfolding of the night without needing to be actively involved in controlling it. Sleep is a state of letting go, of allowing your conscious mind to recede, and this requires a fundamental trust that everything is held even when you are not actively managing it. Trusting the night's journey means trusting that your body knows how to rest and heal, that your mind knows how to process and release, and that the divine presence continues its work of weaving comfort and peace into your being, even in the unconscious state of sleep. It means releasing the need to force sleep, to plan your dreams, or to worry about waking up at a specific time or feeling a certain way. It is an act of faith in the inherent goodness and wisdom of the natural cycle of rest and activity. Perhaps we might consider whether our insistence on controlling every aspect of our lives, even our sleep, is a reflection of a deeper fear that things will fall apart if we loosen our grip, and what freedom and peace might be found in releasing that need for constant management. What if true strength lies not in control, but in the capacity to surrender and trust in the unfolding of life's journey? This contemplative question challenges the common impulse to micromanage everything, even processes that are inherently beyond our conscious control. It suggests that releasing control can actually be an act of empowerment and alignment with a larger, more powerful force. Allow yourself to feel like that boat at anchor. Feel the security of the anchor holding you steady, knowing that you are not drifting aimlessly but are held in place by a force greater than yourself. Feel the gentle rocking motion of the water, a soothing rhythm that invites you to relax deeper. Release any tension in your grip, any clenching in your jaw or shoulders that signifies a holding on. Breathe out the need to control, to plan, to manage. Breathe in the gentle rhythm of trust and surrender. This is not about giving up. It is about giving over your anxieties about the night and the coming day to the care of the unseen presence. Trusting the night's journey allows for deeper levels of rest to occur. When your mind is not busy trying to control or anticipate, it can truly quiet down. When your body feels safe enough to surrender, it can enter the restorative phases of sleep. This act of trust is deeply woven into the fabric of divine comfort, as it signifies a recognition that you are not solely responsible for your well-being. You are partnering with a benevolent universe that seeks your peace and rest. Settle into this trust now, letting the image of the boat at anchor remind you that you are securely held, even in the deepest darkness.
As you deepen into the quiet trust of the night, you open yourself to subtler forms of communication. This section explores the theme of whispers in the quiet, the gentle ways divine comfort might communicate with you when your conscious mind is still. This can happen through intuition, sudden moments of clarity, a sense of peace that arises seemingly from nowhere, or even through the imagery and feelings that surface in your dreams. Imagine the quiet of a moonlit night in a secluded meadow. The world is hushed, and in the profound silence, you begin to hear the soft rustling of leaves that you wouldn't notice during the day, the distant hoot of an owl, the gentle hum of unseen life. These subtle sounds are like the whispers of the divine in your quiet inner space. In the stillness before sleep, or if you awaken during the night, there are moments when the usual mental noise subsides and a different kind of awareness emerges. This is when the whispers can be heard. They are rarely loud or demanding. They are often soft, intuitive nudges, gentle insights, feelings of reassurance, or fleeting images that carry a sense of meaning or peace. These are not messages you strive to receive. They are perceived when you are receptive, when your inner space is quiet enough to register these subtle vibrations. This communication isn't necessarily about receiving explicit instructions or prophecies. More often, it is a communication of presence, of comfort, of unconditional acceptance. It might be a sudden wave of peace washing over you, a knowing that everything will be okay, a gentle reminder of your inherent worthiness. In the realm of dreams, this divine communication can be even more symbolic, expressed through images, feelings, and narratives that work on a deeper, non-linear level, offering insights or emotional release in a way that bypasses the rational mind. Perhaps we might consider whether our constant seeking for grand, dramatic signs causes us to overlook the gentle, subtle ways the divine is always communicating with us, especially in moments of quiet and stillness. What if true spiritual communication is less about hearing a booming voice and more about tuning into the delicate whispers that are always present in the background of our lives? This contemplative question challenges the common expectation of dramatic spiritual experiences and redirects attention to the subtle, everyday ways the divine makes itself known when we are quiet enough to perceive these subtle vibrations. As you lie in the quiet of the evening, or if you stir during the night, invite this receptivity. Release the need to analyze or understand everything immediately. Simply be open to receiving whatever gentle whispers may arise. They might come as a comforting thought, a feeling of warmth, a sudden sense of clarity about something that felt confusing during the day, or a feeling of being unconditionally loved. In the quiet of your inner meadow, listen for the subtle sounds of divine presence. They are there, always. The moon casts its soft light, illuminating the path of peaceful awareness. Your willingness to listen, without striving, creates the space for these whispers to reach you, adding another layer of deep, quiet comfort to the fabric of your sleep. Trust the subtlety. Trust the quiet. The most profound messages are often delivered in the softest tones. Following the subtle whispers into deeper states of rest, you enter a phase where the body and spirit engage in profound renewal. This section delves into the theme of healing sleep, recognizing the restorative power that this quiet time holds, allowing divine energy to mend and rejuvenate you from within. Imagine your being as a quiet stream, purifying itself under the cover of night. During the day, the stream might collect debris and become cloudy with activity, but in the stillness and darkness, the sediment settles, impurities are filtered, and the water becomes clear and vibrant once more. This image of the purifying stream is a powerful metaphor for what happens during healing sleep.
The activities and stresses of the day accumulate, creating physical tension, mental fatigue, and emotional residue. Sleep is the time when your body's natural healing mechanisms kick into high gear, repairing tissues, consolidating memories, balancing hormones, and clearing out metabolic waste. But beyond the purely physical processes, there is a spiritual dimension to this restoration. In the receptive state of sleep, your spirit is open to receiving the healing energy of the divine presence. This isn't something you have to do, it is something you receive. By surrendering to sleep, you allow yourself to be a vessel for this restorative energy. It flows through you like the purifying water of the stream, cleansing, mending, and revitalizing every part of your being, body, mind, and spirit. It addresses not just the physical aches and pains, but the emotional weariness, the mental clutter, and the spiritual fatigue that the day might have brought. Healing sleep is a time when the fragmented pieces of your being are gently rewoven by the hands of divine grace, leaving you feeling whole and renewed. Perhaps we might consider whether our busy schedules and constant striving for productivity sometimes interfere with this essential, divinely ordained process of healing sleep, leaving us perpetually depleted. What if prioritizing deep, restorative rest is not a luxury, but a fundamental act of spiritual and physical self-care that allows us to operate from a place of wholeness rather than depletion? This contemplative question challenges the cultural norm of sacrificing sleep for the sake of achievement. It suggests that honoring the need for deep rest is essential for overall well-being and spiritual vitality. As you feel the gentle pull towards deeper sleep, consciously open yourself to this healing energy. Imagine the purifying stream flowing through you, washing away tension, discomfort, and fatigue. Feel its cool, clear water cleansing your mind of worry, soothing any emotional turbulence, and revitalizing your physical form. Allow yourself to sink deeper into the surface you are resting on, trusting that in this state of surrender, profound healing is taking place. You are not just sleeping, you are being renewed. You are not just resting, you are being restored by a power far greater than yourself. This understanding that your sleep is imbued with divine healing power adds another layer of deep comfort to the fabric of your night, transforming a simple biological need into a sacred ritual of restoration. Trust the process. Trust the flow of the purifying stream within you. Having allowed the healing waters of rest to flow through you, you settle into the profound feeling of being cradled and secure. This section focuses on the theme of the blanket of love, revisiting and deepening the image of being completely enveloped in divine comfort and protection. It's about the tangible feeling of God's unconditional love, not just surrounding you, but actively wrapped around you, providing a constant source of warmth, safety, and peace throughout the night. Imagine this soft, warm blanket again, but now feel its texture more intimately against your skin. Sense its perfect weight and breathe in its comforting scent of grace and acceptance. This blanket is woven from the finest threads of compassion, patience, forgiveness, and unending acceptance. It has no seams, no rough edges, only pure softness and warmth. It is a physical manifestation of the unseen presence you sensed earlier, now felt as a tangible embrace. When you are wrapped in this blanket of love, the anxieties of the world outside, the quiet fears that sometimes surface in the dark, the feelings of inadequacy or loneliness, they all soften and recede, muffled by the profound sense of being cherished. This isn't a conditional comfort, offered only when you are good or worthy. It is an unconditional love that is always there, always available, simply because you are you. It is the love of a parent holding a child, the steady warmth of a hearth on a cold night, the comforting presence of a loyal companion. When you consciously draw this blanket around you, you are acknowledging and receiving this constant flow of divine affection. It is a protective layer, creating a boundary around your inner peace, keeping out the disturbances that might interrupt your rest. Perhaps we might consider whether our past experiences of conditional love or rejection have made it difficult for us to fully accept and feel this boundless, unconditional divine love, and what profound freedom could be found in letting go of those past hurts and simply allowing ourselves to be loved completely, just as we are. How does it feel, truly, to be fully embraced, without condition, without judgment, without the need to be anything other than you? This contemplative question delves into potential emotional blocks that might prevent you from fully experiencing divine love, inviting you to explore the feeling of being unconditionally accepted. As you settle deeper into the quiet of the night, consciously feel this soft, warm blanket being drawn tighter around you. Feel its weight, providing a sense of security. Feel its warmth spreading throughout your body, melting away any lingering tension. Imagine its texture, soft, smooth, infinitely comforting. This is the feeling of being held securely in the embrace of divine love. Let it be a tangible reality for you in this moment. Breathe in its warmth, exhale into its softness. Know that this blanket will stay with you throughout the night, a constant source of comfort and protection. It reminds you that you are never alone, always cherished, always safe within this loving embrace. This profound sense of being wrapped in divine love is a core thread in the fabric of comfort that is now woven completely around you, preparing you for deep, peaceful, and restoring sleep. Feel it now, its presence undeniable, its comfort absolute.
Nestled securely within the blanket of divine love, and having experienced the healing potential of sleep, your quiet awareness can now gently turn towards the unfolding future. This section focuses on the theme of preparing for dawn's embrace, not by planning or striving, but by planting gentle seeds of intention for the morning while still held in the peace of the night. Imagine seeds tucked safely into quiet, fertile soil under the moonlit sky. They rest there, not yet actively growing, but holding the potential for life, nurtured by the darkness and the unseen forces of the earth. Just as the night prepares the soil for the growth that will come with the sun, this quiet time before or during sleep is a powerful opportunity to prepare your inner ground for the new day. These aren't rigid plans or demanding goals, they are soft intentions, gentle hopes, quiet aspirations planted deep within your being, allowing the divine energy that is weaving comfort into your sleep to also nurture these seeds of potential. It might be an intention for peace, for patience, for presence, for kindness, for clarity, or simply for grace to navigate whatever the day holds. Planting seeds of intention in this state of deep rest and connection is powerful because your mind is receptive and your spirit is aligned with peace. These intentions are sown in fertile ground, free from the resistance and doubt that can sometimes accompany intentions set during the busy day. It is an act of co-creation, aligning your gentle desires with the benevolent flow of the universe, trusting that just as the earth nurtures the seed in darkness, the divine presence will nurture your intentions in the quiet of the night. You're not forcing anything, you are simply planting potential, trusting the natural process of growth that occurs in the quiet and the dark. This gentle preparation for the dawn's embrace, woven into the fabric of your sleep, ensures that the comfort you experience tonight extends its tendrils into the potential of tomorrow.
Even as you drift or settle into the possibility of sleep, there might be moments of quiet wakefulness during the night. This section focuses on the theme of carrying peace through the night, reminding you that the divine comfort woven into the fabric of your sleep is available even if you awaken. It's about accessing that inner sanctuary and the blanket of love whenever needed, maintaining a sense of calm awareness in the quiet hours. Imagine distant lights twinkling together in the darkness of the night. Each light is separate, but together they create a tapestry of gentle illumination across the landscape, connected by the shared darkness they inhabit. This image of twinkling lights symbolizes a quiet connection, a shared presence in the stillness of the night.
If you awaken, you are not alone in that wakefulness. Many others are also in quiet repose or gentle awareness. More importantly, the divine presence that has been weaving comfort around you is still there, just as available in the stillness of the night as it was when you first settled down. This is the time to practice the skills you've been exploring, returning to your breath, stepping into your inner sanctuary, feeling the blanket of divine love drawn around you. If you find yourself awake, don't strive to fall back asleep immediately. Simply notice. Notice the quiet, the darkness, the feeling of the surface beneath you. Return to your breath, that gentle anchor you explored earlier. Inhale peace, exhale tension. Feel the softness of the blanket of divine love wrapped around you. Step into your inner sanctuary, that peaceful garden within your heart. Remember that you are safe, you are held, you are not alone. These moments of wakefulness are simply pauses on the journey of rest, opportunities to reaffirm your connection to the divine comfort that is woven into this night. Like the distant twinkling lights, you are a point of conscious awareness in the quiet expanse, connected to a larger tapestry of peace. Carrying peace through the night isn't about never waking. It's about knowing how to return to peace when you do. Let this knowledge be a source of deep comfort in any moments of stillness you encounter before dawn. As the deepest part of the night gives way to the first blush of dawn, a new invitation arises, the theme of awakening gently to grace. This is about transitioning from the state of rest and reception, not with a jolt or a rush, but with the same gentle awareness and comfort that permeated your night. It's about carrying the peace you cultivated in the dark into the light of the new day, allowing divine comfort to continue to weave its presence into your waking hours. Imagine the first light of dawn softly touching the horizon, a gradual, gentle brightening that doesn't force itself upon the world, but unfolds with quiet grace, revealing the landscape slowly and tenderly. This image of the first light is a beautiful symbol of a gentle awakening. It is not sudden or harsh. It is a gradual process of light increasing, darkness receding, and the world being softly revealed. This is the kind of awakening you are invited to experience. Instead of immediately grabbing for your phone, rushing out of bed, or plunging into the day's demands, allow yourself moments of conscious transition. Lie in the quiet for a few moments, noticing the feeling of your body, the quality of the light changing outside your window, the sounds of the world gently stirring. Greeting the new day with grace means bringing the mindfulness and peacefulness of the night into your waking state. It means remembering the divine comfort that held you, the release of worries you practiced, the inner sanctuary you can access, the blanket of love that is still wrapped around you. It's about setting the tone for the day from a place of calm and presence, rather than immediately being swept up in the external energy. This gentle transition allows the threads of divine comfort woven during the night to remain strong and present as you step into the light. Perhaps we might consider whether our hurried morning routines sometimes erase the benefits of a night of rest and peace, and what difference it might make to consciously bridge the gap between sleep and wakefulness with intention and gentleness. How can you greet this new day not with a push, but with a soft opening, allowing the grace of the morning to unfold within you and around you? This contemplative question invites you to examine your morning habits and consider how a more mindful approach could preserve the peace cultivated during the night. As you sense the approach of morning, resist the urge to rush into thinking or doing. Stay wrapped in the feeling of the blanket of divine love for a few extra moments. Breathe in to the quiet of the space, remembering the inner sanctuary within. Silently affirm the gentle intention you planted for the day. As you eventually move, do so with awareness and slowness, honoring the transition. Feel the surface beneath you as you place your feet on the ground. Notice the air against your skin. Listen to the sounds around you. Carry the stillness of the night within you as you step into the light. This practice of awakening gently to grace ensures that the comfort woven into your sleep does not end when you open your eyes, but continues to be a vital, felt presence, guiding you through the opportunities and challenges of the new day. You are bringing the sacredness of the night into the light of morning. Having journeyed through the night wrapped in comfort and now greeting the dawn with grace, the final piece of this reflection centers on the theme of abiding presence, lasting comfort. This is the realization that the divine comfort you experience during the night is not confined to the hours of darkness or the state of sleep. It is an ever-present reality, a constant companion available to you throughout your waking life. Imagine an internal steady light, not a flickering candle that can be easily extinguished, but a deep, radiant glow within you that remains constant regardless of the external conditions, illuminating your path from within. This internal steady light is the awareness of the abiding presence of the divine within you, the source of lasting comfort. It was present during the day, though perhaps obscured by busyness. It was profoundly felt during the night, in the stillness and surrender. And it remains with you now as you step into the new day, and will continue to be with you through every moment that follows. The comfort isn't something that comes and goes. It is a fundamental aspect of your connection to the divine, a woven thread that is now permanently integrated into the fabric of your being. Accessing this abiding comfort during the day is a practice of remembering. It is about consciously choosing to return to that inner sanctuary, to feel the presence of the blanket of love, to listen for the quiet whispers even amidst activity and interaction. It is knowing that even when the world feels chaotic or challenging, you carry within you a steady source of peace and strength, a light that cannot be dimmed by external circumstances. This lasting comfort isn't about the absence of difficulty, it's about the presence of a sustaining love that sees you through it all. As you move forward from this moment of reflection, remember the internal steady light. It is there, within you, always. It is the divine presence, the source of lasting comfort, woven into the very fabric of who you are. You don't need to strive to find it. You simply need to remember it is there and turn your awareness towards it. Feel its warmth radiating from your core, illuminating your path, soothing any anxieties, grounding you in peace. This abiding presence is your strength, your solace, and your constant companion. Carry this awareness with you now, letting the comfort of the night become the lasting peace of your day.